What's going on, guys? My name is Kinetic Kid, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the New York Mets franchise. I know I have not been getting these out very recently. I think my last video was about 3 weeks ago, which is, it's not good. But looking at the lineup, I do remember this team. Todd Frazier batting fourth, and that Ryan Schimpf pickup, which would not be as effective if we were to start a new save with the new rosters, as he got a huge downgrade. But here's also the rotation looking good, and we are trying to make a playoff push. We are 8.5 games back, so, and 5.5 games back from the wild card, and I think that our main goal is to make the wild card. We do not have the best lineup, but I'm gonna go and try to make a move that could possibly elevate us above the Cubs and the Cardinals. So I'll be back when we get to that move. So jump cut. Okay, so I think that we have found the deal we were looking for. Is we will be receiving Justin Smoke from the Toronto Blue Jays for Jay Bruce, who has put up abysmal numbers. As you can see, Smoke has been kind of lacking on the power, but he's hitting 292, and that would definitely help us more than 228. He has better overall stats, even better fielding, and we are in desperate need of a first baseman. He's a rental. Jay Bruce isn't really a rental, but he is getting up there in age, so we will be giving up him. Henry Mejia, as you may know, he got suspended from the MLB. It was supposed to be permanent, but he is on the comeback. We don't want any cheaters on our team, so he will be shipped off, as well as a B potential shortstop prospect, Luis Guillorme. We are absolutely stacked in the shortstop position, as we have Gavin Cecchini and Ahmed Rosario on the roster, so we do not have much need for him, and we will be getting a guy that could maybe make an immediate impact on this team. That is the exact type of deal we are trying to make for this organization. So this is a done deal if they accept this, which they will. Welcome to the New York Mets, Justin Smoke. So we have decided to move Justin Smoke to hit 4th against righties for us, and he's going to hit 6th against lefties for us. So that's going to be pretty good. You can see the pitching rotation is actually performing beautifully. Seth Lugo on the comeback, and he is going strong. The bullpen has been one of our biggest weaknesses, but even that is not that bad. Paul Sewell needs to turn it around immediately. We might move him down here. Tony Zych has been pretty good, and Drew Storen has been a surprisingly good closer. So how about we sim over to this Arizona Diamondback series, see how we do. Hopefully we can pick up some W's. I'm going to turn off critical situations, but first, I forgot about this. We need to do the first-year player draft. This is an unexpected thing. I totally forgot that we had the draft coming up, so we are going to record this part of the video. And right now, I guess we are looking for power. Or, not power, I'd say pitching is not that big of a need. I would like an immediate impact on this ball club. I'm not sure if any of these guys are going to be able to give it to us, except for Carmen Navarro, who looks very impressive. I'm not sure if he's worth a number 6 pick. I don't think any of these guys have impact power. And let's check out speed. None of them really have impact speed either. So I think Carmen Navarro is the move here. So that's going to be our first pick. Hopefully he performs. Came from a 4-year university, so he is very well versed in the act of playing baseball. This guy looks like a project. I'm not sure if I'm willing to commit to one of those yet. Malcolm Sweet. We don't really need shortstops. This guy looks fantastic, but his durability would be awful, and that renders him useless. And oh my god, 80 out of 80 speed, elite power, out of Cuba, a right fielder, which I guess we could use that when Cespedes gets a little bit older. Let's pick up Richard Chavez here, coming out of high school, but he doesn't even look like that much of a prospect or a project. I think Alexis might be the move here. Ooh, that 80 break. We could use a starting pitcher in the 3rd round. I think that's a very valuable pick. Now the 4th round, this is where things get kind of empty. Adrian Navarro, he's the safest choice here. Gonna be a project. And now we get to the guys that we're gonna look for specific things, either like power. Do we have any power? Steven Navarro. Oh, that guy's gonna be I think we might pick this guy up just for the impact power. We don't have him scouted well, but usually like the initial ratings aren't too off. And I think we might just go for a shot in the dark here. Mario Fernandez. I mean, he looks like he could be a very good player if he actually pans out. And that is going to be the end of the draft, so let's see how we did. And okay, not bad. Carmine Navarro is going to be a very impact player. Richard Chavez, high C potential. Not great. He could definitely get some playing time in the future, but he's very fast, so that's very good. Keith Haston, 99 velo with 5 pitches. He should be pretty good in the future. Adrian Navarro, he is a super project there. Steven Navarro, he can hit. He could probably be put on the bench later in his career. And then we have Mario Fernandez, who was not a bad first pick. Pretty fast. He does not have the power we anticipated, but overall, that was a pretty good draft. Let's get on to simming to this Arizona series. And okay, we beat the Yankees in a series, and then okay, I simmed one of the games, and I think let us hop into the game against Zach Greinke. So we're gonna sim these 2 games, and we split it. I will see you guys when we are going into this game. It's going to be Greinke versus Lugo, and this looks like it could be a pretty big matchup, as, yep, we're pretty close in the wild card race. This is going to be a tough one, but I think this team definitely has the talent to turn it around. Mr. Announcer Boy will be back with the commentary. Okay, so we will be rocking these pretty tight road unis in this game. It's going to be a broadcast style because that's how we do it. Quick counts on because that's also how we do it. Seth Lugo versus Greinke. This lineup looks pretty good. Let us get into it. What is going on, New Yorkians? My name is Jeffrey Sanderson, and welcome to a brand new ball game. The Arizona Diamondbacks will be host to the 37-32 New York Mets. And we are a little bit early on this. I'm sorry. Welcome, Metropolitans. My name is Jeremy Hasselhoff. And we are going to be tuning into a ball game, aren't we? The 37-33 Arizona Diamondbacks will be facing off against the 37-32 New York Mets. Zach Greinke on the mound for the Arizona Diamondbacks. In 14 starts, he has a 5-6 record with a 3.79 ERA and a 1.20 WHIP. He has a roughly 4-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is very impressive. And he will be dueling it out against these New York Mets. First batter, Ahmed Rosario, hitting .250 with 2 home runs and 9 RBI. He took the starting spot away from Jose Reyes earlier in the year. 1-1 count to him. That one's going to be low. The ball taken. Zach Greinke is known for pitching kind of around the zone. And there is Ketel Marte over there. Very, very good fielder. He can play both middle infield positions. Here's the 2-1 count to the shortstop, and that one's going to be taken above the zone. So 3-1 count. Cespedes up next, batting second in this evening's outing. 3-1 count to the speedy lead-off guy, Ahmed Rosario. I'm telling you, this is one guy you do not want to allow a walk to, and that's exactly what Greinke does, as the slider will cheat a little bit inside, and they have a base runner on to start the ball game. here in Chase Field. Here's Yoenis Cespedes. In his last 10 games, he's struggling, 8 for 36 to give him a .222 batting average. But for the year, he has 12 home runs, 42 RBI, and a .293 average. Now the 1-1 count from Mr. Zach Greinke. And Ahmed Rosario will be on the run. It's an outside pitch going to be called a ball, and Ahmed Rosario is going to be in there. Let's check out the show track. A 10-foot distance for the lead, but a 19.69 mile per hour max speed will give him an easy stolen base. That's very impressive. And that looked to be a very awful call as well, as there's the 2-1 count to Yoenis Cespedes. And this one's dribbled over to the shortstop. And it looks like the shortstop is a little perplexed. I believe that's Chris Owings over there, allowing Yoenis Cespedes to get a base hit after being distracted by Ahmed Rosario. They're going to give him a hit on that. And as you can see on the ticker, Jay Bruce actually doing pretty well in Toronto, but that's not really what we're talking about here. Here's Michael Conforto getting an 0-2 count now with runners on first and second. And the delivery. And this one's ripped down the line. It will be caught, however, by Goldie, and he cannot get the tag on Yoenis Cespedes. So, that ball is stroked very, very well. As here is the New York Mets lineup. Batting first, Ahmed Rosario. Second, Yoenis Cespedes. Third, Michael Conforto. Fourth, Justin Smoke. Fifth, Ryan Schimpf. Sixth, Todd Frazier. Seventh, Travis d'Arnaud. And eighth, Brandon Nimmo with the pitcher to round it out. And here is Justin Smoke. In this series, he's 1 for 10 with 4 strikeouts. Or 1 for 12, I believe. He was picked up in the trade that sent Jay Bruce over to the Blue Jays. 1-1. And that one is cracked high and deep to left field. And this one is going to be over the left fielder's head for a 3-run blast in the top of the first inning. So, a single and a walk turns into 3 runs on 1 blast by the brand new New York Met, Justin Smoke, because I would like to see a replay of that one immediately. Takes the outside pitch and absolutely rockets it the other way. One thing that I've noticed about the Mets is they have very, very good opposite field power. I could give the credit to the pitching coach, but I would like to give it to the players because that's a lot more exciting. As here is Ryan Schimpf hitting 270 or 217 after his very fast start. 3-2, and that one is taken for a ball. Zach Greinke cannot hit his spots today, as it has been a very rough outing so far. Todd Frazier will be the next to bat. The 6-hole hitter now is hitting 240 with 9 home runs and 35 RBI this year. He is no slouch, though. I remember his 35 home run and 40 home run seasons with the Reds were frankly astonishing, as that one's going to be a high changeup that he whiffs on. And that makes it 2-2. Or a 2-2 count. The delivery by Greinke. And that one's going to be fouled off to continue the 2-2 count. Frazier is known to be able to battle, but he does also strike out a lot, so I guess that's just his aggressive nature. 2-2 count. And that one's outside, so a 3-2 count. And Greinke must be feeling a little bit tired, as they have been able to milk his pitch count a lot this outing. 3-2. And this one is taken the other way, inside out swing, and it's going to be caught over there in right field by Steven Souza Jr. So, that's actually AJ Pollock. Where is Souza? Souza is not playing today. And here is the catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. Against righties, he's actually batting a .340 with 6 homers and 16 RBI. But against lefties, he has been struggling mightily, which is actually why Tommy Joseph platoons with him. It's odd to see a right-handed pitcher, or a right-handed hitter, get platooned against lefties. So here's the 0-2 count, and this one's going to be skied out to right field, going kind of deep to the warning track, but Pollock will make a small nest under it, and that will retire the side. But 3-run score on the Justin Smoke Bing Bong, as it's a 3-0 game going to the bottom of the first, and Seth Lugo is given quite a cushion. Speaking of Seth Lugo, here he is right now. He has 10 starts with a 4-3 record, a 3.03 ERA. He actually is replacing Matt Harvey, and he has been doing a fantastic job. 59 innings so far with a 1.11 whip. Not known to strike guys out, but he is known to be a finesse pitcher. And here is Jarrod Dyson, hitting .256, but he is known for his speed, and he is not a guy you want to allow on base. The 0-2 count, and this one's ripped down to the first baseman Justin Smoke, who will make a very impressive grab there for the first out of the inning. Now here's the second baseman, Ketel Marte, as the Diamondback order goes as follows: Jarrod Dyson, Ketel Marte, Paul Goldschmidt, Jake Lamb, David Peralta, AJ Pollock, Chris Owings, Jeff Mathis, and Zach Greinke. Ketel Marte hitting .269, 4 for 8 in this series. Only 4 home runs, but 29 RBI is not too shabby at this point of the season. Here's a 1-1 delivery, and this one smacked to sort of deep left, but it looks like Cespedes will make the routine catch back there for the second out of the inning. Seth Lugo is a extremely finesse pitcher, as he is not a guy that will leave a ball right down the middle. But here is Paul Goldschmidt, 15 home runs already this season, and in his last 4 games hitting .615. 3-run count, or a 3-1 count to Goldschmidt, and that one's ripped down the line, but it will be foul to make it a 3-2 count. And the 3-2 delivery, and that one will be just below the zone. Seth Lugo is definitely upset about that one, as you can see it in his face. And now here is the power threat, Jake Lamb, hitting .241 with 9 home runs. 2-1 count. And this one's hit down the line. That's going to be fair. And this might go for extra bases. No, he will stop at first, but runners will be on first and third with 2 outs. So after the iffy call, a single down the line will give them runners on the corners for David Peralta. 1-1 count for Peralta. And that one's going to be taken for a strike, so it's a 1-2 count now. Carl Dixon's the home plate umpire, and you can see he is already causing a little bit of controversy. So here's the 1-2 count. And that one's called strike 3. A very interesting call, but it gets Seth Lugo out of the inning. And the Diamondbacks spare 2 runners, as the Mets still lead 3-0 going into the second inning. Here is the youngster Brandon Nimmo, hitting 3 for 8 with 2 RBI this series on a 3-2 count. This guy knows how to get the barrel on the bat. He has actually gone very unlucky with his swings, as this is another one that's hit pretty well, but it's going to be right towards the left fielder for an out. So now here is the pitcher, Seth Lugo. And no one cares. Actually, Zach Greinke won a Gold Glove. That's pretty cool. Here is Seth Lugo to get a little bit of an at-bat right here. 1-1 count. And that one is going to be absolutely whiffed at. 1-2. And this one's popped up near the first base side. Ketel Marte will get under it, and that will be the second out of the inning. So, 2 outs already, and here is the leadoff hitter, Ahmed Rosario. Took a walk last time. 3-2 count to Rosario. This actually happened in the last at-bat, and it did not end well for Greinke. Let's hope he can hone in here. And he can, as he delivers a high fly ball near right field, and it will be camped under. So, a 1-2-3 inning after an absolute nightmare for a first, as Zach Greinke will get out of this one unscathed. Here's AJ Pollock. He's struggling against righties this year, but I mean, he is bound to turn it around. This guy is known to be sort of a five-tool player. He can do everything. And this one's roped pretty hard near center field, and Brandon Nimmo is not going to make an attempt to dive at that ball, which is a smart choice since Chase Field is such a large ballpark. So a leadoff single to start the second, and he is stirring the pot out here, as that brings up Chris Owings, who actually made a pretty big blunder. Maybe he's looking to avenge himself here. 1-1 count. That one's going to be tapped foul behind the backstop. Chris Owings is usually known as a very defensive-oriented guy, but this year he's actually been turning it around at the plate, and as you saw, his defensive numbers are actually dipping a little bit, so that's pretty odd to see with a guy like Chris Owings. So here's a 1-2 count, and that one is going to be left right over the plate, but it's just a little bit too much for Chris Owings, as that will be strike 3 swinging. And no one cares about Mets' defense, as here is Jeff Mathis. Let's do a little bit of research, as we cannot. He's 35 years old, and he is making his first at-bat of the year for the Diamondbacks, as that's going to be a curveball right there. Impressive pitch, and here's the 1-2 by Lugo. And that one's roped down the line, but Todd Frazier will make the play, and that may be a double play, as it is. So roped down the line, but he does not get any luck, as Todd Frazier, with his nifty glove work, makes the play. Ryan Schimpf also makes a pretty good throw, and that makes it a 3-0 game going into the top of the third. Here's Yoenis Cespedes. He quote-unquote singled, even though it was not a very well hit ball. 3-1. This one's hit high near right center field, but it will be camped under by the center fielder, Gerard Dyson. So after the first inning, not much offense from these New York Mets. Here's Michael Conforto. He lined out last time. 1-1. That one's going to be low and inside. So a 2-1 count. Greinke has not been throwing a lot of strikes, but I mean, besides the home run he gave up, he's not giving them great pitches to hit. And right as I say that, a changeup right down the middle gets fouled off by Michael Conforto and makes it a 2-2. And he will swing and miss there. Inside slider gets Conforto swinging. So 2 outs in this inning. I'd rather not see that. It hurts my feelings. Here's Justin Smoke. Hit a 3-run bomb last time, but he's down to 0-2 in this at-bat. That one's inside. The slider has been effective so far. Smoke actually went deep on an outside fastball. 1-2. And that one's roped, but it is caught by Goldie. Paul Goldschmidt with 2 great catches today, as that's going to get them to the bottom of the third. Still 3-0. Here is Zach Greinke hitting 179 with 1 RBI so far this year. He has shown a decent amount of power at the plate in his career, as this one skied fairly deep to left field, but it's going to be caught by Yoenis Cespedes for the first out of the inning. As you can see, the New York Mets are 8.5 games back of the Washington Nationals already, even though they are 5 games over 500. So this is a very, very tight race for the playoffs, and it looks like anyone can get in at this point. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gerard Dyson. That one is smoked foul. So a 2-2. And that one's hit down near Ryan Schimpf, who will make a very good rangy play to get the second out of the inning. So Seth Lugo doing very, very well at limiting base runners. So here's Ketel Marte, the 1-2 count. That one's a rope down the line foul. The 1-2. That one's also fouled off. There's a 1-2 count. And this one's dribbled. Hopefully Darno will be able to make the play, and he will be. Ketel Marte's very speedy. but he is not speedy enough to get on base in that situation. As we're going to the 4th inning, still 3-0 after an offensive explosion by the Mets in the 1st. Right now, we are going to simulate like we usually do, so I will be back. Okay, guys, so this is a major blunder by me. The recording stopped as I was trying to, keep playing. And basically, we won 17-0, and I didn't get any footage of it. I can tell you what happened. Seth Lugo went 7 strong shutout innings. They scored 7, and then I scored 10 on my own. And it wasn't, like, on a different difficulty. That was just me scoring a bunch of runs on the legend difficulty. It kind of sucks. Or it kind of mega sucks that I did not get that recording. But you do know that we are back, and we are back and stronger than ever. We're going to be making these videos a lot more often, but that kind of sucks. However, I will be able to deal with it, and I will keep going with this franchise. I hope you guys have enjoyed. My name is Kinetic Kid, and I'm signing out.